Did you want to do a bit of an intro for yourself? Just in case. Why not? I'm Kyle Johann Schweikert, a cinematic visionary, a composer, and some might even say, a genius. I'm also Kyle Schweikert, but to avoid any confusion, we'll just call me Heath. Alright, genius, what's the scene? I'm weighing myself. Really? I thought you'd be too much of a little chicken, a buckety-buck. If it's for the movie, I will do it. Yeah, I can see it now. It'll be very #vulnerable, a very emotional moment. Now, Kyle, what's it like making a film about your deepest, darkest secret? Difficult.
You could imagine, but, anything for art. You're as dedicated as you are brilliant, Kyle. So what's the big secret?
I once had anorexia. Sorry, there's a bit of background noise. Is, someone yelling? Yeah. Unfortunately, that happens a lot here. Okay. Say that again, please. Well, it's a bit hard to admit, but I sort of have anorexia. Every second you waste standing there, a viewer clicks away. I know, it's just, I quit weighing myself for my sanity. Well, yeah, but that's the whole point, right? Milking your mental anguish for the scene? Anorexia, fascinating. So you're like what, a teenage girl blowing chunks in the high school bathroom? Actually, vomiting and binging are more commonly associated with bulimia, whereas anorexia is about restricting what you eat. Whatever, ascetic, balletic, just paint me a word picture. Okay. I eat about the same foods every day. I exercise every day. And I generally hate my body every day. Yikes. Talk about exhausting. And when did you start this wacky obsession? I started restricting my eating about 10 years ago. I don't know why I started. I guess I just decided that I should weigh 129.6 pounds. Gee, it must be so hard being skinny. Do you still weigh that much? damn baby gut pork.
So, Kyle, how long is it that we've been together? Heath, where am I?
An empty space that's stuffed with your lonely selves. In other words, Kyle, this is your world. My world? Where's the water, the trees? Where's my friends and family? Far off, away and gone. You got lost in your own reflection and lost sight of all else. But family's all I care about. What you care about, Kyle, is you. Your passions and your problems. Your genius and your fuck-ups. Self-love, self-hate, till only the self remains. Why are you doing this to me? Because, Kyle, undisciplined swine like you have no right being so arrogant. You need to recognize that I am your superior. I am disciplined, ever diligent in my efforts to deflate that bloated ego. What is so funny?
Clearly, you've inherited my arrogance.
Arrogance. I am in control here.
Okay, how about we try this? I need you to check your right hand.
Whatever this is, it won't work.
Well, now that we got that established, I need you to look at your left hand.
Coffee, tape, mermaid, tape, battalion. No, I am independent. I am...
You who are creator of nothing, acknowledge that I am author of all filth which comes from thine vile lips. I am the source of all my own mind's musings.
Please, spare me. I'm the one who pushes you to improve, to fix your flaws. You need me for your art.
All you ever did, all I ever did, was hurt myself.
What does it mean to be recovered? You know, I consider myself mostly cured of anorexia. That's a big mostly. You know, I've stopped compulsively exercising every day. I've been eating better. And it's kind of funny, as I'm recovering from this disorder, something as simple as having an extra cookie becomes this personal victory of epic proportions. I have had to wonder, though, what made me even do this in the first place? Was it genetics? Chemical imbalances in my brain? Repressed trauma from a childhood that, I remember being perfect. Whatever the cause, I felt compelled to torture myself for 10 years. And what's unbearable to me is the fact that I was the lucky one. I've known people who've been hit much, much harder by their disorders. And in fact, I would use that as an excuse. I would tell myself, oh, I don't need help. I don't have a real eating disorder like my friends. No, I'm just insecure. Yeah, like any teenager, and I can handle this myself. If you're watching this and you have body image issues, even if you think you can manage it alone or whatever, I really have to ask you to please talk to somebody, because you don't have to wait till it gets worse to get better. And that's something I wish I had known like 10 years ago. I could have saved a lot of time and suffering. And that's, it's not to say like, I'm not perfect today or anything. I still struggle with appreciating my body, and in lonely moments, the intrusive thoughts come back, and I can still hear that self-critical voice at the back of my head. But that voice is weaker now, and I've been learning how to shut it up. Movie magic. I've also been learning how to love my body a little bit more with each passing day, and I am proud of the progress I've made in the past year. If we define recovered as being completely at peace with your body, then it's very likely that my recovery will be a lifelong process. I mean, just like anybody, I am a work in progress. And all I can really do is keep moving forward with the hope that one day I'll truly know what it means to be recovered. I guess all I have left to say is that I'm glad you joined me in listening to my story. And thanks for watching.